Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How is everybody out there in the world of modeling? Hey? The world of modeling. Hey, you all striking a pose? I won't, because I'm on camera. You do what you want. I can't see you. It's okay. How is everybody? Comments are pumping. People are pouring in like I don't know what they're like. Like people pour into a place. Fantastic. Excellent. Jeff is there. Jeff, number one at the top of the list. Just giving a heads up that it's very windy in Jeff's place. Jeff has a bit of a wind problem. So if his electricity gets knocked out, and we're talking outdoor wind, we're not talking personal problems, yeah, he may not be online, but fingers crossed it won't get to that, and you'll be fine. So welcome, Jeff. Welcome, Jeff. We'll just pop the chat up there. There it is. See, he's got really high winds right now, you know. So it's all good. I can make so many jokes, but I'm not going to, because I'm not that low. Yeah. And except for that one, I made a short one there. Or you'll get blown away. Did I write got, or you got blown away? Or you... Terrible. Look at that. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. What do you expect? I had a late night last night. I didn't get to sleep till about 9:30. You know, that's a late night for me. It really is. How's my audio, guys? How's my audio? I'm back on the DJI. Stupid me last week. I was using the audio off the webcam, which is fine. But what I did was I plugged it in, my little DJI receiver, and then I plugged this in, and I couldn't get it to connect. And the thing's lit up. It's you know, it's showing DJI on the screen, and it wasn't connecting. I thought, oh damn, what's wrong? So I didn't bother anymore because I was running out of time before I went live last week. And then I realized that even though it was plugged in and the screen comes on, it's not actually turned on. I had to hit the button to turn it on, and now it's turned on, and I'm looking at it, and it's all lit up, and the graph is there showing my audio levels, and everything's fine. So it should be really good audio right now. Really good audio. I'm just checking over at my screen to see my current thing. Sound good? Thanks, mate. Yeah, because I can go for a wander over here now, and you can hear me like I'm still sitting down there. So you like my Muay Thai boxing shorts? Anyway, so yeah, all good. It's great. It's fantastic. I was out yesterday doing a video for my other channel about motorcycle safety over here and riding, and it was quite windy, and there were lots of trees around, and there was a river flowing by, and all sorts of noises, nature going on. So I had this going with the little dead cat. Is that what it's called? Little dead cat that sits on top. Where is that anyway? It's over there. And it's fantastic. It's really fixes the audio up, so it's really good. Oh, we've got people pouring in. Gosh, look at that. All right, let me have a catch up on chats. I don't talk so much. By the way, if you haven't noticed, there's a link at the top. So if anybody has wants to, they can click on that link, get your camera set up, and boing, bang, join me live here. Let's have a bit of company on tonight, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. Where are we? Let's go and have a look. Who's here? Who's saying hello? I'm going to scoot down. Boldly Go, James is there. He just put a video out 30 minutes with a bit more progress on his tank build to Boldly Go Model Works. Excellent. I just saw that pop up there a while back. So progressing. I think you're up to part 4, I think it is. So yeah, get out there and check his channel out. I say this because I know a lot of people watch the replay of this and listen to the replay of these live streams. So, you know, I try and get all these things out of the way early. Let's see. Gremlins Modeling Mayhem, another good channel. Gary there. How are you, mate? G'day to you. Fantastic. Yep. And there we go. Hello, Joe. Oh, I like your thumbnail picture there of the trolley or tram, depending what you call it. That looks pretty cool. I like the MiniArt model. MiniArt model looks a bit like one of those. Fantastic. So yeah, welcome to you too. And how are we going? We're just checking on, keeping an eye on things. We're all good. Getting up to 20 people. That's great. How are we going? Let's go down. Hobby Time's there. Mr. Hobby Time, how are you, buddy? My number one stalker, who's everywhere I turn on the camera and film. Hobby Time's jumping in there every time. How are you, mate? Keeping track of me, knowing where I am, what I'm doing. Excellent. Oh, there. Hello, stranger. Yes, mate. My feet have been really good. In fact, I don't know. Since you've ghosted me, abandoned me, and I've not heard about my left foot, I haven't even thought about it for the last week. My feet, they've been fine. Really, really good. And that's probably because I've been getting out more. The temperature's a bit lower. Been walking around more and doing stuff. I've got a lot coming up this week, coming up as well. There's been lots of festivals. We just had a big garden festival over here, which I didn't go to. But a friend of mine who has a YouTube channel, he went and videoed it. Hopefully it went all right for him, because there's a lot of bands and a lot of background music. So maybe he probably got maybe some copyright issues, which was one of the reasons why I didn't go, because there was a big lineup for bands and stuff going. But yeah, I get out more, I walk more, and I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And no, you're on the wrong channel. This isn't the Esquire channel. I watched a video about people who take a break from streaming, as we talk about that fellow who stopped streaming for a while, and how you quickly how quickly people forget about you and you lose viewers really fast. And I was watching this guy who did a video about the Ellen DeGeneres, I think that's how you pronounce her name, the Ellen show in America, how she suddenly went from way up here, popular near Oprah level, to boof, gone because of one Twitter comment that asked people what she's like off camera, and all these bad things came in about her, and it just escalated from there and just went on. And then eventually she had to announce her last season and quit. So yeah, and it was all because she took a 2-week break. She took a 2-week break. And people forget about you really quick. You've got to stay. You got to stay with it. You got to keep it going. You know, I mean, for sure. You know, I mean, I put as much time as I'm happy and I can put into doing my YouTube channel with the videos and the model building and stuff like that. But I couldn't do it every day like some people. It's just too much. The channel's growing. It's steadily growing. We're getting up there. I don't know what the subscriber count is at the moment. Let me just quickly take a check. We'll just whip over to the studio. And, oh, look at that. We're nearly at 6,000 subscribers. That's fantastic, you know. That's great. How many is that? 70, about 66 off that number. That's pretty cool. So, all good. Let's see. With the Diddy arrest. Yeah, I'm not right into all that stuff. I don't know what went on there, but yeah, a lot of controversy there, I think. So who else is there besides? Everyone's saying hello. John Pole's there. Hello. G'day, Dragnut. Hey, Dragnut. G'day, welcome, mate. Welcome. Who else we got? Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Jim is there. There's Jim. G'day, mate, from up there in Chicago, where the temperature, which we'll have a quick, let me get this showing across the bottom there. There it is. There we go. I'll just take that off there. There we go. Athol saying winds are howling outside at mine as well, but 10 degrees C, so warm. So warm wind. Well, sort of, but 10 degrees. Gosh, okay. 16 and raining in the UK at the moment, depending on where you are in the UK, I guess. Chicago's 10 degrees and sunny, 21 and clear in Sydney. Tokyo, I've got to change that. I've got to add another location in there. Tell me a location I should add onto there. Yeah, Tokyo is pretty cool, 7 degrees. Should have been a weatherman, weather reporter. It's not a hard job, is it? Winnipeg is -3 and cloudy where Ron is. Oof, you can have that. And here at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's 22 degrees and clear. The stars are out, and there's a very slight slither of the moon up there in the sky. It's looking pretty nice out. It's going to be another nice day, as always, here in heaven. Here in heaven. That's funny. I had a guy comment on my other channel. I shouldn't really talk about it on here, but I'd made a video about visas here and retirement and all the process you got to go through and what you got to do to be here. And this person's made a comment about, oh, it costs so much. You got to do this, and the government's tracking you and all this stuff, and you got to get all this paperwork, and the agents rip you off and all this stuff. But if you lived in Cambodia, only costs you $200 a year, and you don't have to do reporting every 3 months, and you don't need all this paperwork, you don't need this money in the bank account and all this. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's fine if you want to live in Cambodia. I don't. But some people can't understand, like, all right, it's not the easiest country to get your visa or to get your extension of stay and retirement here. But that's not the reason why I choose to live here. There's always some hurdles you got to go through in any country, wherever you live, that may not be as nice and convenient and easy as you'd like it to be. But that doesn't affect your decision on why you want to live in that particular country. And yeah, he's like, it's like change your whole 5 to 10 years planning to live in the country that you love to retire in, just because of problems with the visa that you might come across and the expense up front. I come here because I love a lot more things than I love about other countries around the area or anywhere else in the world. This just ticks more of my boxes on my list. So there you go. So Jim saying hello to everybody. What else we got? Who else we got? I'm checking. Keep going down the list. Anybody I've missed yet? No. Daniel's there. Hello. How are you? I was out feeding the local wildlife. Were you? I came across some local wildlife yesterday. I was out video shooting in a nice, quiet, empty field where they're growing some trees. I don't know what the trees were, but it was definitely some sort of crop. And while I was out there, I was just standing there, and then all of a sudden I felt this sharp pain on the back of my knee, like the back of my leg there. And this bull ant, I think it was, a bloody big ant like this, had gone up there and taken a chunk at me, taken a bite. Oh boy, did it hurt. Huh. Like one of those fire ants. So I guess the wildlife was feeding off me. I wasn't really deliberately feeding it. So anyway, I befriended a cat. I did befriend a cat yesterday at a coffee shop. I'll show you a photograph. Where are we? Go back. I don't want camera. I want to look at where's my pussycat gone? Where is it? There he is. I'll get that up on the screen properly. You can see. There he is. Look at that. See? Really good, eh? He's sitting there watching me while I drink my coffee. Very cool. I never liked cats when I was young. My sister had a cat, and because she had a cat, I couldn't have a dog. And every time her cat passed away or whatever, she'd get another cat. I just never had another dog. I had one dog in my life, and that was it. But yeah, and I was allergic to cats, so I got to be careful. I got to watch out like I'll pat the thing, but I won't be putting the hand near my face or anything, in case I end up getting my sinuses blocked up like they were for my whole life as a child because of the cat hairs everywhere. But I had no problem. The cat was okay, you know. Nowadays, I don't mind cats. They're all right. I got a few friends with cats that are okay. But I could never have one, though. I could never have one. Unless I get one of those hairless, ugly things. That'd probably be okay. Yeah, Jeff's still here. He's still with us. He hasn't been blown away yet, which is good. Just make sure we keep an eye on him in chat, that he's always there every few minutes making a comment, and we'll know that he's still with us. Athol saying, ready for my podiatry appointment tomorrow to get these problem toenails hopefully sorted out. Oh, tell me about it. And I'm not going to show you, all right? But I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Toenails, why the hell can't they grow like fingernails and just stay straight? Look at that. I mean, these are modeling hands, all right? These are modeling hands. I take care of my hands because, as you know, when you're watching my videos, you just see my hands. So they got to look good. You know, look at that. They're beautiful hands, see? This is like a leg model. You know, you get these women that are just model their legs and, you know, or body models. Well, we're hand modeling. But anyway, the nails, man. Oh, geez, yeah. Isn't it terrible? So I get my toenails done here. I got to ask you, what does it cost you to get yours done? You know, I get a complete pedicure here. It cost me $10. It's about $10, and they'll make my toenails look fantastic. I won't go as far as toenail polish. I'm not going to have my toenails painted red or anything. But then again, I might, you know. You're never going to know. But I think, yeah, about $10 is what it costs. And you could be in there for an hour and a half. It's really, it's quite good. I don't mind it. I've had a few done while I've been over here, or I'm due to get it done again soon. So anyway, that's enough about toenails. Gosh, the things we're talking about. And what else we got? Daniel mentioning... you're hoping Putin leaves the nukes alone. Oh, listen. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I need a mouthful of water before I start on this. No. Oh, man. I got to say, I don't want to upset or offend anyone, but propaganda propagates from both sides. It really does. And... yeah, I'm not going to go so far as, you know, well, I don't believe it until he pushes the button. I don't believe that, you know, I guess there are people that would be stupid enough, presidents, prime ministers, leaders that would be stupid enough. But it would not be in the best interest to be pressing that button, would it? You know? And, you know, we've heard it all before. We've heard it all before. I mean, that came up, that issue came up over a year ago. Same with the bullshit about the nuclear reactor that they took over in the Ukraine when they came in, you know? And then everybody's panicking about, oh, they're going to start using it and process uranium and threaten nuclear whatever and all this crap. The friggin' reactor that they took over had been shut down and decommissioned for 10 years. It's just an abandoned building. Oh, no, but the media jump on it and just exaggerate and glorify it because they want you to watch it, because people are paying to advertise on those videos and that news story, and they pay big money if more people are watching, and that's what it's all about. But I'm not going to go there. Not going to get me worked up, Daniel. It's all good. It's all good. Maybe I should just start up a channel called Pete's Rants. Pete's Rants. Yeah. Oh gosh, we'll do a subscribers only video. How's that? Live stream for subscribers only, where we can just talk about all the shit in the world and just go off at everybody and whatever you like. Working on my ICM RNAS Model T armored car. Weathering and beat up the model now. Really nice model. Fantastic. That's really good. Yeah, that's one of my favorite part is the weathering. Yeah. That would look nice. Come on, man. Look, the link is up the top there. The link is up there. It's pinned at the top of chat. Anybody can click on it, come in, show us your Model T card, how it's going. Anybody else that wants to jump on, you're welcome to. I can't do all the talking myself. I can, but, you know, everyone's saying hello still to Daniel, and final part is what? Okay. Unboxing and build. Yes. Everybody's been watching that. That's good. I had a quick look. I've got it lined up on my YouTube to watch shortly. What else we got? Wayne Saunders is in there. Hello, buddy. Welcome. Sorry, it was nearly 10 minutes ago you came in. 5 minutes ago. No, 10 minutes ago. I'm way behind in chat. Oh, you're covered by the insurance for your pedicure. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Yeah, but I bet she ain't as pretty as the girl that's going to do it does mine. Maybe if you're lucky, you know. Yeah. I don't think there's an option to pay extra for happy endings or anything like that with pedicures. It's not the sort of thing you want to lead into that. A massage is one thing, but pedicure, I don't know. I'm not a foot fetish person, so it's not my thing. Andy's there. Hello, Andy. Welcome. Welcome, mate. Oh, gosh. How else we going? Who else we got? I'm just keeping an eye on the chat here. Everyone's saying hello to him. There we go. Yes. Did he arrest? Okay. I never watched. I watched a few early shows of hers, but not really got into it. Skullfish is there, saying hello. Welcome, mate. Who else we got? I'm hungry for some reason. My stomach. What did I have last night? Oh, I had a frozen meal last night. It was like a pasta dish. It was not bad. But the night before, got to show you a picture of what I ate the night before. My God. Let me go back, get away from the cat. There it is. Oh. Now I'll bring this up so you can see it properly. Get rid of that. Go like that. Go away. There, look at that. That was the night before. So I had a nice movie going on Netflix, and that is a lamb chop, a lamb leg chop covered in onion gravy and French fries with ketchup if you're in America, or tomato sauce, and of course the salt. You've got to have salt on your chips. Fantastic. Hello, we got Mr. There he is. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I don't know. Evening to you? Morning? Afternoon? I don't know.
It is 3:24 p.m. right now on a Sunday. So
that's beautiful.
You're 13 hours ahead of me because we dropped back 1 hour when we turned our clocks back in early November.
That's right. That's right.
I found that out last night when I tuned in right at the start of Jason's live chat, because Queensland's 5 p.m. Sunday is my 1 a.m. Sunday, not 2. He's 16 hours ahead of me now instead of 15 because we turned our clocks back. So
it gets confusing because Sydney in Australia, New South Wales are on their 4 hours difference to me, whereas Queensland is 3 hours difference.
Right. I think Queensland doesn't move their clocks, right? Is that what it is?
No, they don't. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, you wanted someone to come on, so I'll go get my vehicle and I'll show you what I'm doing, because I'm starting This is a really nice model, folks. If you haven't built an ICM kit, I suggest you go out and find one. This is a great diversion for me from this tiger that I'm building, the Dragon Tiger. Anyway, I'll stop talking and get the model. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I think my ICM Model T was my Model T I did was an ICM. So,
let me get the box cover too. I'll show you that.
Okay. Who else we got here? Just checking that anybody.
Hey, well, wanted to say hello to Zinzan, and let's see. I saw a couple other names come in there. Of course, all the usual suspects: Jeff and Hobby Time and Gremlin and Tiger 1964. Welcome to you. There you go.
Okay.
That's two words I like. 1964 is not a word, but that was the year I was born. And Tiger, well, I like tigers, both tanks and real cats. So,
God, you're only 3 years older than me. God, you look so much older.
Well, thanks for the compliment, pal. Boy, am I glad I came on here. Oh boy, we're just rolling in the positivity today.
Well, maybe it's because I got more hair.
Well, bald is beautiful. My sex life improved dramatically when I shaved my head. Hey, James.
All right.
Hello to you.
What was that? Your sex life what?
Improved dramatically after I shaved my head.
Oh, come on.
You know what they say about bald head, don't they? Solar panel for a sex machine.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway,
the conspiracy theories out there.
Wait a minute, let me see if I can get a reflection away from it. This is the kit I'm working on.
Okay.
Yeah. And I bought that at a recent model contest swap meet here in the Chicagoland area. I'm part of a World War I group build. And I never built a World War I kit of any kind, nothing, ever. So anyway, I saw that and I said, it looks good, looks basic, and it is. It's a really nice model. And this is it right now. I've been roughing up the inside and all of that, and I chipped the bed in there. It's wooden planks attached to the steel frame, and then I painted the brown on by hand. That's an enamel paint, and then I started doing all kinds of dirtying up stuff to the bottom with AK weathering fluids and pastel powders. And so I'm just trying everything. I'm throwing everything at this, and there's the front, the rear. On the back is a Vickers machine gun. Okay. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I was one of the crew members, I would always opt to be the driver because he's got the metal cabinet around him. These poor bastards are out here completely in the open and exposed to enemy fire. So I don't know how many of the. Well, I do know how many of these. There was only about 10 of them made. They were modified from the Ford Model T. The British modified them to this, and they served oddly on the Eastern Front. They served in Romania and in the Caucasian Front for a brief period of time, like about 4 months in 1916. So a very niche kind of vehicle in a very unique environment. I mean, you imagine being those poor British guys that would go thousands of kilometers to the east.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, boy, I'll take the Western Front as opposed to this. I don't know. God. But anyway, it's a neat little model. I'm loving it. And it's a real simple kit. And like I said, the Tiger I'm building, not that it's a bad model. It's just that anyone build a Dragon kit, especially a 3-in-1 and a Tiger on top of it, know that there's a lot of parts. I mean, James, you got that Stoke 3 you're going through. And I'll tell you what, that MiniArt kit like triples the number of parts I got in that Dragon kit.
Yeah, you got tons of space.
Oh yeah, and the track links. I was looking at the track links because I started from the beginning. I watched your first episode where you're doing the unboxing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, it's a really fun model. I got now that I'm going to start beating it up. I got a few more things to do, and then I know I'm going to hand it in on time. I'm part of a group build. Yeah, this is fun. It's great. I painted the figures already. They're finished, and like I said, ICM kits. I can't recommend them enough. I mean, this has been a fun model. That's a model it's supposed to be, right?
You have to watch where they put the ejector pins sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. On this one, for instance, there's tons of them on the inside of the bed, which are showing outward. But what I did is I used a crap load of Mr. Surfacer 500. I got it real thick and goopy, and I just covered them up, so I didn't have to do any kind of filling in or anything like that. The Surfacer did the filling in for me, and it gives it that rough metal cast texture, or I should say rolled steel, which is what these are. So I'm guessing this was pretty crudely made. This is World War I. It was a modification, even though it was done in a factory. So that's the kind of stuff I like to build.
Very good.
Let's see. What is this? Check out the Copper State Oh, yeah. Copper State and MiniArt both make
Copper State, MiniArt.
Yeah, I think they make all the armored cars in World War I, and I can't believe how many there were. I mean, you guys see how many different models there are? It's insane. I had no idea. I mean, within the last year, I've grown up with the lessons learned on what how many armored cars were available in the Great War.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Wow. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat there.
Oh, sure.
We're all there. Zinzan, g'day, buddy. Yeah, long time no see for Zinzan.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Zinzan hasn't been around in a while.
He's painting a Jaguar, doing a Jaguar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Do you mean the one that flies or the one that's on wheels?
One's that's got wheels, allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's identified as a Jaguar.
Okay.
Let's leave it.
The Dominique, it's his girlfriend's model, but he did an unboxing of a huge 1/8 scale Jaguar XKE roadster, not a roadster, the coupe. Or fastback, we call them a fastback in the States.
Fixed head coupe.
There you go. Thank you. John Alec. Hey, John. I was watching your live show on Friday. In fact, you were there, James. You and Alex and did someone else show up? I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, someone else did show up. Craig showed up. Yeah.
Did you go to Telford?
No.
It's that's on my target list for next year. I want to get there, and I want to see the big show.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's going to be something I'm going to have to plan out. Step one. I got to get a passport. I don't even have that, so that's the first step I got to take.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Gosh. Oh, I should show you my boat.
Yeah, how's the Arleigh Burke coming along?
Yeah, the Arleigh Burke's going okay.
No, wait a minute. Is that the name of the ship, or is that the class of ship?
It's the I don't know. It's the
it's the Reuben James.
Reuben James.
Reuben James. Yeah.
Oliver Hazard Perry, whatever.
Right, Oliver Hazard Perry class. Okay. Yeah.
There we go. So I'm putting the Photoetch on at the moment. You can see the railings.
Yeah, nice.
The railings are going on. The old toothpicks are using to keep it upright. So,
well, that's a good idea. Using toothpicks like that.
Yeah, because the stand's not stable enough to put it on.
That's a good idea. You're right. You'll keep it stable and level.
Yeah, but it's almost, because it's such a small ship at 350 scale, the Photoetch is like 700 scale. It's really, really tiny stuff. And there's a lot of it. There's only one sheet, but there's a lot on there, you know?
Yeah.
And I've got to do all the normal railings around the ship, but I've also got to do up here. There's tons, and on these little platforms that come out here, there's going to be bits on there. There's a boat going on there, but yeah. So what I was planning on doing was doing the Photoetch around the deck before I put the superstructure on, and then doing the superstructure as separate pieces, like it tells you in the instructions. But you've got to, when you glue this down, you're going to need to hold it down somewhere, and with all the bits and pieces that are going to go on there, something's going to break or get damaged or bent.
Well, that's my concern with making all those fine little parts.
Yeah. So I've checked it thoroughly and figured that all the photo etch, particularly like sometimes this needs to be here because the railings sometimes butt up against the edge of it. So you need to have it in place to make sure it's going to be, the railing is going to be located in the right place. So, but yeah, it's coming on pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad I'm doing a ship again. So,
Yeah, that seems to be your niche for modeling, Peter. Which is something I haven't done since I was a teenager. I used to build the old box scale Revell and monogram kits way back when. But build something like what you do with those larger ships and all the railing and stuff. Woo,
easy to hide the mistakes too.
Yeah, he didn't wear glasses before he started modeling.
No, seriously.
Yeah, that'll do it to you, And I'm what you call I have what is it? Shorts. I'm nearsighted, meaning that I don't need glasses to see up close.
Right.
Well, that isn't the case anymore, especially with modeling. My vision glasses I use all the time now. When I first bought them, I was using them on occasion for like fine detailing on figure painting. Now, every time I sit down to do any work, I've got them ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I can't see anything without to read the writing on this.
Oh, Lord.
Without glasses, it's just a blur.
You know what?
There's no way.
Peter, I don't think you should feel too bad because it's very small anyway. But I know.
But I didn't need. But what? 3 years ago, I didn't need glasses to read that. Now I do. In fact, sometimes even that with these on, that's not good enough. I need to put these on.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm thinking they're getting worse. My eyes are getting worse. It's scary. Or these aren't even prescription. These are just the ones you pick up at the pharmacy.
Yeah, they're just magnifying glasses. That's all they are. Yeah.
So if I guess I should get proper glasses.
Well, I mean, what are you going to use them for?
Well, I was given advice by somebody who said to me that if you go to an optometrist and you tell them that you do modeling, so you're working down here on a bench with really small stuff, you see distance perfect, but you can't read labels on medicine bottles and stuff, they can give you glasses that will suit what you do. So you could look ahead and I can look at this screen, and at that distance, the chat on my screen is a little bit blurry. But I put these on, they're magnified, I can see it better.
Yeah.
But if they might make separate, is it like a bifocal sort of thing, where they split the glasses and you look down?
Or
you look down, they're more magnified.
Magnification for the reading glasses.
Yeah, so maybe. But when I went and had my eyes tested, and this optometrist, I'm sure he was trying to rip me up. He said, you got this macular degeneration thing happening and you need these eye drops. They're like $100. And then you need to come back 3 or 4 times for this and this. And it was costing, I'm going, and then of course you want to get your lenses made up, which costs so much. And then go choose your frame from the selection out there, starting at $100 to over $1,000.
Not being funny, these were £800.
Yeah. And I'm like,
whoa, 800.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm sticking with these for as long as I can. That's just ridiculous. It's a rip-off, So.
Well, that's why people as they age face a real serious problem. I'm sure it's the same in the UK and it's the same in Australia. It's called medical bankruptcy. The cost of keeping yourself, even in the most basic of things like eyewear, dental care, never mind operations for like arthritic conditions or joints that are bad. Just the everyday stuff.
I've discovered you can go to Poland for dental work because it's cheap.
Poland,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a long hike for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Thailand's a good place for it too, actually.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Now does that mean you as a because you're not an official citizen of Thailand, are you?
No, not at all. But that doesn't matter.
But you can receive those same the same care.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was my question. Yeah.
The number of Americans that come out here just for their medical treatments is huge. I mean, you come out here and get your full blood X-ray, your X-rays, your blood treatment, your blood work,
Well, there's a lot of
medical here, and it won't cost you more than $50.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of medical practices that are Eastern medicine based. You have available in Thailand. They don't practice here in the States. Yeah. There's a lot of pro athletes that have sought treatment abroad for stem cell injections on knees and shoulders, and it's helped them, and they've been able to continue their pro career. Basketball players have done that. The late Kobe Bryant did it, and he went somewhere in Europe, I believe it was, and you can't, a lot of our medicine is based on reactive. In other words, once my knee is totally shot, then they'll put a replacement in there or explore options. But until then, it will be physical therapy, or it will be what I could have had done the other day, but I didn't need it, was draining it of the excess fluid that builds up, and a cortisone shot, which will give you about 90 days of relief.
Yeah.
Depending on your activity. But the knee, the cartilage is gone. The X-ray is showing it. But until I'm completely incapacitated.
Yeah. But they want to suck every cent out of you until then. That's what it's about. They want to suck every cent out of you until then.
Well, this is all covered under insurance. As long as I'm within my medical group and I see my specialist and it's all, then the only thing I do is I pay a copay, which is now $20.
Yeah, that's all right for you, but insurance is covering you. So the people providing this service are still getting paid, and that's what the money is.
I get it. I understand. I hear you, Peter. I hear you.
Getting repaired and fixed permanently because they would rather you go and get ongoing treatment.
I said this to a man one time in a health club I was working at. He moved to America from Germany. And we were talking about this, that, and the other thing, and like foods you eat, how much, food is better in the outside of the United States, where, we have so many processed chemicals and additives and the same kind of food somewhere else may be cleaner because it's made with better stuff. Anyway, I said, I really think here in America, they want people to be in some state of ill health because it keeps the industrial pharmaceutical insurance industrial giant going forward, so that they're producing more medicine and they're processing more insurance premiums.
Yeah.
Now that's very cynical, but I think there's an element of truth to it.
Yeah.
No,
and he agreed. He agreed. He said, I hadn't thought about it that way because, we're talking about like basic things like what people eat for breakfast and the kind of foods you can get. And I've even talked to people who lived in Europe and in the UK and other parts of the world. And I said, I came back to America and a lot of the good food options I had available to me at reasonable prices were gone. Good food costs more money here in America. Cheap food, bad food, you could feed yourself
food
for $20.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about one meal. Like going to the grocery store. If you go with all, less than good products and you can read the labels on the back and make your own determination, you can spend very modestly, but your body suffers. Your blood pressure, your blood sugar, all your vitals.
Yeah. So I had problems with my feet swelling up over here. I don't know what was causing it. And they're swelling up pretty bad, not painful or anything, but I thought I'd better go to the doctor and find out if this is not something more serious. Could be a sign of something else, blood flow problem. So I go over to the hospital across the road here. It's a private hospital. I walk in there. I walk up to reception. The foyer is like a 5-star hotel. There's 5 people sitting behind the desk. All they wanted was a driver's license or some form of ID. They asked what was the problem. I took a seat. I went and sat down. There was about 30, 40 people sitting in this place, right? Within 5 minutes, I'm called up to go in. The nurse is in there, took my blood pressure, temperature, and then weighed me, and then told me to go back and take a seat. 5 minutes later, I go in, I see a doctor, speaks as good as English as me, not a problem at all. Explain the thing. Right. She says, well, let's rule out everything that could be first. Okay. So she sent me for a chest x-ray to check on my heart.
Yeah.
I had a cardiograph done where they checked all my, what do you call it? Like your blood cardiograph, they put all the wires on everywhere and do all that.
The EKG.
Cardiogram, EKG.
Yeah. EKG. Yeah. I had a blood test done and had all that all sorted out. I had to come back after an hour for the X-ray result. When I came back for the X-ray result, I went in, got that, sat down for the doctor, went and saw the doctor, and she said, I don't see any problems at all. No. It might be a dietary thing or whatever else. She gave me a prescription for medication, which I collected there at the hospital. Yeah. And I walked out. The whole process, including the hour I went back to my condo here before going back for my X-ray result, was 3 hours. All those results, all those tests done in 3 hours. And the medication I got cost me about $2 for a packet of these water retention pills that they gave me. And I mean, it didn't solve the problem, but at least it ruled out anything else that could have been more serious.
Yeah, you could have some very serious things could be causing that.
If your feet swell up, it's usually either it's connected to heart medication or stroke medication.
Yeah. And at the time, it would have been a bit early, but I'd just come off blood thinners, and I thought maybe that.
Yeah, exactly, blood thinners.
But it wasn't. It was all right. So, but that whole process, when I went to the cashier in the hospital and paid my bill for all that stuff, came to about, let's say in US dollars, about $35, $40 US. That was it.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
You know? And
in
Australia, you couldn't get any of that done in a day. No chance.
No. You couldn't get any of it done in the UK.
Now in Thailand, do you have the same thing as you do in say for UK, for instance, the NHS? Do you have a government sponsored health service?
Oh, there is.
Yeah, because it's private. It's private here in America, but that doesn't make it any better. I mean, I'm still. I made an appointment to see my primary care doctor back in October, and the appointment isn't until Christmas Eve, the 24th of December, and that's as soon as he can see me.
Oh, I also had to get a urine test done. I went and see a urologist on that same appointment. So I had to go, who was a separate doctor, a urologist. No, I didn't have to come back the next day and do that. I went in and had that done. And that test result came while I was waiting for the X-ray. The whole thing was just done instantly. And you felt so welcome, you know. It's unbelievable. Whereas I've gone into an emergency hospital in Sydney in Australia with the worst abscess toothache you could ever imagine. I feel like I've been shot in the face with a shotgun. I felt I was burning up, sweating. I walked into emergency. I got in there, and when I went to the window and I told them I got this toothache, I just need some painkillers to get me through the night till the next morning when I can get to a dentist. She told me to sit down. I sat down with all the other people waiting there. After an hour of me embarrassed, trying to hide the pain I'm in with all the people around, you know, feeling like I'm going to pass out, I go back to her and I say, how long before I see a doctor and get painkillers or something? She goes, it could be up to 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
I've gone, fuck you.
It's pretty similar to what it's like here in the States. Unless your arm's falling off or you got blood oozing out of your
going under the unconscious. You know, I may not be a life-threatening situation, but I was close to passing out, and they're telling me you got to wait 4 to 5 hours for a doctor.
Yep.
Screw you. I went home. I went back home. I walked out, abusing everyone, making as much noise as I could, and then I went home and I suffered that night. The worst pain in my life, I think, close to it, until I finally got to the dentist the next morning, where he just pulled this tooth out. But it was the time when he put the injection in for the pain, the anesthetic, right? And I literally cried in the seat, in the chair. Tears come out of my eyes because the pain was finally gone after all that suffering I went through.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, they're legally obligated. They can't give you something just based on how you're feeling, because you also have to consider litigation problems. In case that painkiller they give you causes an adverse effect in you, they're responsible for it.
Not in Australia.
Well, I'm thinking in terms of United States. It's litigation mad. You have to cover every step of the way.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a friend of mine's got a car, Toyota car. He has got the operator's manual, and in it tells you how to put the batteries in the remote control, the fob you carry, right? Well, it also says in big bold letters at the bottom of the instructions, do not eat batteries. And you know why they got to do that? Because they have to cover every possible angle of some dimwit eating a battery and saying, well, it didn't say it in the manual, I'm suing yous. And that's life in America.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for the morons.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
So you get a packet of peanuts, it's got a warning sign on it, warning may contain nuts.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep, that's it.
Or milk, it said may contain milk.
Yeah.
Doesn't say on the instructions I can't eat the parts.
And Jet's in the house. Jet Scalemodeling from Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, Jet.
Nothing in there saying that you can't eat them. So
yeah.
Or what does it say? Choking hazard for
choking hazard. Man, I could go down to 7-Eleven here. There's kids' toys there.
Oh,
There's toy lollies, toy sweets for kids, plastic, like cookies and little peanut things and little stuff that you can buy for your kids. Where do you think they're going to put those? In their freaking mouth. Yeah. It's like, wow.
Oh, God help them if it happens to catch on fire, because the contaminants in there could really do some damage to them. The toxic fumes are really bad.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, look, Jeff's offering laser cutting for anybody who needs it.
Oh yeah, I got to watch that video. I haven't seen that yet, Jeff. I want to see what you're doing there. That sounds really intriguing.
Never touch a laser. What is that? What is that going to do? Does it burn, or does it just amputate your finger?
It can do a variety of damage depending on the intensity of it. It can blind you too if you look into it.
Don't point it in your mouth and try and eat it.
Yeah, it's good for cutting up bodies. The old laser cutting, because it actually cauterizes the wounds as it cuts. So brilliant.
That's right. I know it probably doesn't make sense, but I think a lot of medical problems are all psychological too, like in your mind, Well,
there's some truth to that, sure. I mean, if you hey, health is a state of mind.
Yeah.
The old saying is healthy mind, healthy body. It's not the other way around. It's not healthy body, healthy mind. It's up here first.
That's right. And that's why I take up modeling as a hobby, to keep my mind occupied and keep just keep me away from the bar girls and the pubs and the alcohol and the drugs and everything else out there that's bad for you. Yeah. Well, I guess not all three of those are bad for you, but and
the wildlife in Thailand's bad for you.
The what?
The wildlife in Thailand's bad.
Oh, the wildlife, yeah. We're not talking out in the jungle either.
Well, as I saw on your video you recorded on your trip to Pai, they no touch dog.
Yeah,
no touch dog. Yeah, don't pet dogs in Thailand.
Yeah, and there just happened to be a dog asleep right under that sign. I had to get that photo.
Yeah,
don't touch dog. And I seen the dog lying under the sign. I thought, okay, I will take note of that sign. I'm not going to pat you, dog.
Well, you even said that one time on one of your videos when you were going down that main drag on Chiang Mai during that flood. You said you don't want to pet dogs here in Thailand because there's a lot of them that are just roaming the streets.
On the odd occasion, one comes up to you wagging its tail, that's okay. And it's wearing a collar, that's probably okay. Yeah. But the one that dog has learned how to write that sign and stick it above him like that, there's a smart dog. Don't touch him.
No touch dog.
Touch him. He doesn't want to be touched, all right?
Yeah. Don't
and not only that,
touch me.
It wasn't written in Thai. It was actually written
in English. It's in English. Well, yeah.
Very smart dog.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a bilingual dog. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I heard I know we're going off subject all the time, but there was this funniest thing out the front of my condo down in the car park. I heard this cat, right? And now cats, you know how they meow, right? And you write the word is MEOW, right? And cats make all sorts of noises. They go ow, ow, and make these strange noises. This cat pronounced meow perfectly. Like he had the M in it, everything. It was meow. It was like a cartoon. I'm listening to this cat out there saying the word meow. It was the weirdest thing. It just stood out, and I thought that's just so funny.
Well, I was going to ask you. Oh hell, I forgot the question. Oh well, if it comes back to me. Oh, I was just saying. Look at Athol's latest comment.
Yeah.
He's highlighting what you were talking about just a little while ago, James.
That's right. Yeah.
Estonia, yeah, where health is a big deal. Yeah, and sometimes airfares are included with the trip. Yeah, same here. People come for medical holidays where you can get whole new Tom Cruise looking teeth, upper and lower implants, the whole setup, and they'll treat you with airfare discounts, hotel accommodation, and 24-hour nursing assistance and everything you need, all built into the price that will still cost half of what it would cost in your own country to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Bilge. Bilge just joined us.
Bilge is there. Hey, good morning
Bilge.
to you.
Morning, Bilge.
Yeah.
He must
Wombat put in an appearance last night. We hadn't seen Wombat in weeks. He'd been so busy at work, he didn't have time to be tuning into Jason's show. So it's good to see Wombat last night.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Jet. You got that Austin armored car going. That looks like a really nice kit.
Bilgy, you must be at work, surely. It's a Monday morning in Australia. What? 3 hours, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning on your way to work or at work. Yeah. Speaking of armored cars, other episode, MiniArt Austin.
The Ukraine service one, that is.
Okay. Is MiniArt? Do you know of any new models being released by the big manufacturers coming up lately? Is there anything new coming up?
You mean Eastern European, the Ukrainian manufacturers?
Anyone from Trumpeter to
you got the Airfix Lysander. It's not going to be out yet, but
no, you got Tamiya do a 1/35th scale Panzer I.
Yeah.
Academy do a 1/35th scale Panzer I, and they do a motorcycle and sidecar with it.
Right.
And also Tamiya do a 1/38th M5 Stuart.
Right. Because, Christmas is only, a month away now. So
yeah, I'm still waiting on, I got a pre-order in on a TACOM SDKFZ 250 half track, the Rommel version, the command car from North Africa, the Greif, it's called.
The Diddy one.
Yes.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I got that on pre-order, and I'm waiting. And as a matter of fact, the guy who I ordered, the online vendor I ordered from, he said that deliveries are delayed because of that's just how it is. It's just getting stuff into the States is it gets here, but a lot of times it stays in port cities like Long Beach or Baltimore.
Well, I couldn't believe it with Andy's hobby headquarters. He had the review of the Panzer I.
That's right.
After I'd actually done it.
Yeah,
in the UK.
Yeah. What was I going to say? He just posted? He's got a Black Friday November sale thing going on, Andy, and he went live on Saturday morning over here in the States to show what he's going. He's got some really nice deals, but I don't need any more models. I mean, no, that's okay. I mean,
sure.
I want that Lysander, really, I do, because I've been pounding my fist about that for a while, and I'm glad Airfix did it, because I think if anybody's going to do it right, it's going to be Airfix.
The less said about the Edard one, the better.
Well, that's it's funny. I was just on the IMC earlier today watching Jonathan and Drew, and they were talking about that Lysander, and it was the Gavia kit from 2001, and it was spruced up with Edward detail parts and everything. And a friend of mine's got the model. I took a look at it, and I was like, okay, I'm just hoping somebody will turn out a kit sooner or later. I'm glad Airfix did it, because the research. They're right there in the UK, and they've got access to all that stuff, and they can do a lot better job on a British aircraft than someone from China could.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
But yeah, you get your choices. I mean, how about those very fire kits? I mean, you talk of ships. You got the 350th Musashi, the Yamato.
Yeah.
They got the Taiho, that aircraft carrier. I mean, I really like Japanese World War II naval warships. I'm glad
the one that's missing is the Shinano.
That's supposed to be coming out soon, I think, isn't it? What's the word is in the wind that somebody's making? Is either Border or Very Fire might be making a Shinano, or is that just a lot of people talking they want one?
Yeah, they want one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. The Shinano lived, I think, even shorter than the Taiho. I mean, I think it had one cruise. It was kind of like a Titanic thing, because they got torpedoes.
And the U-boat that sunk it thought it was a cargo vessel.
That's right. I don't know if you guys watched that young man, that Englishman. What's his name? Historiograph. He's a lot of naval history.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of his channel, but
but he did a great like two-parter about the Falklands War, and he's done one about the Shinano, and various other episodes in World War II and World War I, including the Zeebrugge raid of April 1918.
Yeah, I wish I could remember the name of that channel.
Historiograph or Historograph. Maybe someone in the audience knows it. They can spell it out for us in the chat. Yeah, he's this young Englishman. He went live one time, and he looks like he's 40 years younger than me. You really feel old when you see some guys who are like accomplished historians and they're 25. And it's like, oh shit,
Well, that's like the guy who used to be in charge of historic royal palaces. He looks about 25 for quite a few years, and then he aged very quickly.
Yeah. Well,
that happens to people when they retire too. They stop working, and
there is a disconnect in a way, with everyday life, and if you're not careful, lethargy can set in. But for me, at 60, I'm finding it like I used to go to the health club regularly, and I want to get back to it because I can feel like my joints and my back, shoulders, knees, and everything starting to become a lot more reluctant to move, and mobility is an issue. And I remember that working out, and I don't mean weight, I don't mean powerlifting, people. I just want you to understand, I'm not trying to be Schwarzenegger or anything like that. Weight training, building, providing strength in the muscles that support these arthritic joints of mine. Well, I want to get back to that because that's something that I miss doing. But the lethargy, the mind is like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, and I'll do it tomorrow. Oh well, I better do it in the new year.
Maybe you should get into yoga. You tried yoga?
I want to, because yoga, I did take that briefly for a period of time, and that really helps. You're right.
Yeah, because that's really good for lubricating your joints and movements.
Agreed. You're right.
Your body is so used to the familiar movements you do in your day-to-day life that you need to put your arm in positions you don't usually go into.
Yeah, yoga. We live like this. Yoga does that. It opens up the body.
Yeah, ask in chat how many people can touch their toes, and I mean standing, not while you're sitting in a seat.
Drakinafol is a very good thing.
Or I had a stroke, so.
Some people who try to touch their toes will probably fall over and sue me for asking. So don't disregard what I just asked. All right, don't want to be.
Jet just put in a comment about the F-35. There you go, Peter. The modeling world has been inundated with the F-35. Everybody and their brother's making an F-35.
I'm looking at a 2025 new parts for the Trumpeter 1/350 scale USS Ohio by Ohio, the BB-68.
Oh, that was that Montana class battleship that never got off the ground. Is that what it is?
So there's a 2025 one of that coming out. I'm just looking at Scalemates.
And there's a 1/200th Fletcher classes in there. So.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Fletcher class destroyers were really sharp looking. I always liked them.
Which I know. Ben at the Midwest Model Shop is consulting Trumpeter on.
Okay.
There's a lot of 1/700 scale, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's a big market. A lot of people like those.
Yeah.
That sells a lot for. I'm surprised because
young people with good eyes.
I went to a model contest one time, and there was a ship category, of course, naval, and there were most of them were 1/700, and they're tiny. I don't get the draw toward them. I'd like to be able to see the kit I'm working on.
So here's something interesting. All right, this is the Battleship Yamato bridge, just the bridge, 2025, with photo etch parts, wooden deck, and it's by Fujimi, 1/200 scale.
Yeah, was it Border? Yeah, Border did the island structure on the Akagi in 35th scale, and they included an aircraft.
Yeah.
Plastic Monkey built one. Paul.
He did a Kagi.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Who did the anchor? Someone did an anchor. Was that you?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No? Someone did an
anchor.
I know
Takom did an anchor, didn't they?
They also made gun turrets from the Bismarck and the Yamato, I believe. And
yeah, I've got a 1/35th scale one that I've built. I've got nowhere to put it.
As a doorstop. Fill it with cement and make it a doorstop. Give it a cement base.
Hey, read the latest comment from Atoll.
Yeah.
What has he got there? Yeah. I just fell over and tried to... yeah. Hey, it's not really me. I'm just an AI image of me.
You're gonna have to travel to Scotland to appear in court.
So, yeah, the AI is speaking, not me. It's just it's scripted. I didn't tell you all that. It's not really me here.
I know a lot of. I've been a couple of recent channels I subscribed
just
to.
Typing up a disclaimer.
I can tell they're using AI for the voice. For one thing, it's different voices, and two,
that's what I was
it's so robotic, and there's really obvious errors in the grammatic pronunciation of some words, and I could only assume that it is AI.
Yeah, that's right. AI is getting pretty scary, but yeah. Anchor, I was called that once. At least I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Spitfire Mark 5B. Yeah, Qatari. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Between you building your 350th scale warships and that young Japanese man, what's his name? Sen Navy.
Sen Navy's Taiwanese.
Yeah. Oh, he's okay. Pardon me. I may go out and buy one of those, and that's insane for me to think about, because those things are not that they're impossible to make, but they'd be very difficult for me with my sausage fingers to work all those fine parts in, where it works, where it comes out decent. But you keep on putting those ships in my face, I may go out and buy one anyway.
Yeah, I got to stop looking at this.
One does look absolutely horrible.
I'm sorry, James, what did you say?
Trumpeter 1/350th Yamato looks absolutely.
I tell you what, Trumpeter offers a lot, and I was for the longest time thinking about getting the 350th USS Lexington, the original one, the one that went down at Coral Sea.
Yeah.
But every time I tune into a channel of someone building a Trumpeter kit, they got shitloads of sheet plastic because they're going to redo the hull, and it's shaped wrong, and it's too wide here, it's too narrow there, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to buy one, but
the thing is, the way I look at the ship hulls is that they've been built specifically. There's a market in mind. They want to build them. They're going to do the RC them.
Oh, right, yeah. Can you convert one of those to RC? I mean, wouldn't you have to fiberglass the hull or something like that to make it waterproof?
I don't think you have to do much. If you start cutting the hull up, then it will sink. But
yeah, because I mean, I know there are kits that are made specifically for RC, and they're large scale models. But I mean, I'd heard about that where people are making plastic scale kits that are meant to be static display. They're making them water worthy, and they're putting motors in there. So hey, more power to them. I just don't know. It seems like that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust putting mine in water.
No.
I don't know. How's that Tamiya glue going to hold out with water? Is it waterproof?
Yes, it is.
It's pretty good stuff. Once it's speaking of that, that's what I wanted to say. Jeff, if Jeff is still with us, I just wanted to tell him, hey, I went and bought Tamiya airbrush thinner, and for $10.50, I got 250 milliliters, and I can use that as extra thin cement, and it works just as well. I'm sorry?
You mean Tamiya tool cleaner?
No, airbrush cleaner.
Yeah,
airbrush cleaner. But the tool cleaner, I've heard that as well. It's basically the same thing, right? Chemical-wise, it's maybe just a little bit different.
And a fraction of the price, eh?
Well, a 40 milliliter bottle of Tamiya Extra Thin costs about $5.50 here in America, maybe $6. And as I said, 250 milliliters of the airbrush cleaner cost me, there it is. That's Jeff confirmed. Cost me $10.50.
Yeah.
Which would be probably about, for you, James, probably about 8 pounds, maybe 7.
No, I think a pot of Tamiya Extra Thin is about $4.99.
Oh, for the bottle. I'm talking about the airbrush cleaner, the big bottle, the 250 milliliter bottle. If it's $10.50 for me, it's probably about 8 pounds or 7 pounds for you over there. I don't know what the rate of exchange is today. So
I think it's probably the same in pounds. You can change it to a pound because they're very similar in price here. I think.
Right.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
But anyway, that stuff does work, Jeff, and thanks very much for the tip, because that saves me. I am the fixed budget modeler, so I'm
looking at something interesting here. It's called the President's Liner, the luxury liner President Wilson. Lindbergh it's the company making it. It's
really?
a 1/350 scale. Yeah.
Oh, 875. 875. Atoll says. Okay. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, you can get Mr. Hobby Tool Cleaner, which is I believe is exactly the same.
Okay.
And that's $9.95 for the 400 milliliter bottle.
Yeah. Wow, 400.
Yeah.
Wow, that's even better. That's that's almost double what I got. Yeah. But Jeff, thanks again for that tip, because that saved me a lot of money. I was running. I was running out of liquid glue, and I remembered your suggestion. And last time I was at my local hobby shop, I picked up a bottle of it. So it works. Built this with it. So
yeah.
So what are your plans for the day, Peter? What are you gonna do?
Monday. It is, yes. Actually, I nearly forgot about the live stream. I'm so used to doing the live stream before I do my other channel live stream, but now we've got things the other way around.
Right. You were on last night. Yeah.
I went to bed last night and go, oh shit, I better set my alarm. I almost forgot about the live stream.
Oh, speaking of live streams, I noticed Ice Queen didn't have her Saturday show yesterday.
No, I think it's on the 30th.
Oh, is that when it starts? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
My error. Okay.
Because Sue's recovering from an illness.
Oh, she's still not well?
She's not well, no.
Oh, I remember the last time she was on, she was feeling something, but I thought she was getting over it. Okay. Bugger. Wow.
So, my day's going to be quiet day. I'm definitely going to do some more Photoetch on this ship. That's good. I got contact by a group of motor scooter riders that have invited me to come out on one of their rides on Wednesday. They're going to do a few river crossings and dirt trails up north of the city here, up in the mountains. and they've invited me to meet up with them on Wednesday morning and go out. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to video it and have some fun.
Yeah,
and I've been looking for groups to go out and ride with.
Peter's going to be a mod.
Yeah.
You're gonna wear the suit with the thin black tie and the big coat.
That's it. Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Weren't those coats like? You know, we're thinking back to that film because I remember I saw Quadrophenia many times, but that coat those guys were, wasn't that what the Royal Navy?
Parker. It was called
Yeah. I mean, it looked like something out of the service.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they don't turn into a rocker, because then you're going to need a Harley Davidson or a Triumph.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. Not like the little baby hog I'm on now.
Yeah.
The piglet. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. No, there's not much else planned today, just the usual.
Okay.
Yeah, quiet one.
Is the Christmas season marked in Thailand? Because it's not the Christian religion out there predominantly, correct?
No, but they have put a Christmas tree up in the big shopping centre near me. I've noticed online. I haven't been up there yet. I'm waiting for a good movie to come out. I haven't seen a movie for a while, so I'm waiting. There's not much on at the moment.
Oh, well, did you see the film Oppenheimer?
Oh gosh, I couldn't. I watched
3 hours. It's first of all, it's 3 hours, so be ready for that. It. But
well, I'm probably the only person in the planet that almost fell asleep in it.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I've heard a lot about it, but I rarely go to see newer films anymore. I mean, and it's not because of COVID. It's just that I'm not a theater going person. Last film I saw in the theater I went to go see was that Peter Jackson film about World War I, which was very good. Okay. Very good.
Right. Yeah. No, No, there is Christmas over here. I'll find out. I will find out. They had Halloween was a bit of a thing here. I remember I got into the lift and there was a Thai woman with her two daughters, probably 7-8-year-olds in school uniform. And as I got in the lift, I just noticed she had a pair of scissors sticking out the top of her head and blood coming down the side of her face. And I'm going, oh, Jesus. And then I suddenly clicked Halloween.
Yeah.
It looked so real. And I made a fool of myself. And the mother was laughing, you know. I thought, Jesus Christ. So,
sometimes you see some pretty inventive outfits out there. And,
so Christmas, I don't know if it's set up for the foreigners here or not, or whether it's a Thai thing. I don't know if there's going to be things going on at the temples with the monks for Christmas. I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Yeah.
Well, we're already into our capitalism Christmas here in America. So, it's Christmas music everywhere. People got their Christmas trees up already.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure it's happening
season, I guess. Yeah.
Back in Australia as well, but I'm not seeing any of it here, which is good. I don't think Christmas decorations are going to be a thing. Houses and that aren't going to be done. It'll just be in the shopping centre to create a bit of extra business, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shopping and that.
Bye, Jeff.
Take care, Jeff. See you around. Thanks again for the tip on the thinner, and hope you don't lose your power. You just had that problem a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Oh.
Well, he lives in a part of Colorado that, Colorado itself can get really sudden turns of weather. You can have stuff come down the Rockies from Canada and dump a crap load of snow in September, and you can have bitter cold, and then you could have warm air pop up from the Gulf.
You can have a freezing rain.
Yes.
That knocks the electricity lines out quite quickly.
Yeah. You get more of that in the South, like in Texas and
Mexico,
Mississippi, and Arkansas and Alabama. They're just not equipped for that. When any kind of
adverse electrical power.
Pardon me?
Arkansas has electrical power.
Yes, they do. They got a power grid. Yes, sir. So does Georgia and Florida.
Yeah.
And you know, Texas has got to have it, you know.
Yeah.
So everything's bigger in Texas.
The power of the oil rigs.
Yeah, there you go.
Bigger in Texas, yeah, Starship.
Yeah.
Colorado make good shoes.
They make good bikes too. There's a custom bicycle maker out there that you makes them by hand, and they're very expensive, but they're worth it.
Okay, yeah.
And they got the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs and the Rocky Mountains and Denver, the Mile High City, you know.
NORAD.
I'm sorry?
NORAD.
NORAD is out there? Okay. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Gosh, it makes you wonder, like, you know, it's all these places in America all sound so familiar, the names. I think it's because everything has a song about it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Everything but Area 51.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They didn't.
Which is literally out in the middle of freaking nowhere. I mean, you know, and there are vast expanses in the western United States where you can literally be in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's right. You know, where else are you going to hide alien spaceships? You got to be in the middle of nowhere.
Well, up in Canada, there's even more room up there. You go into like northern Alberta, and you know, there's a lot of ground up there.
There's a lot of room in Alaska.
That's right. Yeah. You cut Alaska in two, and Texas is the third largest state in the United States. So.
Is it? Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just punched in map of Colorado.
Yeah, it's a pretty big, roughly like a square, pretty close.
It is.
It's pretty undefined as far as its borders.
Next, Kansas, I'd say, is in the middle of the U.S. Colorado's just off to the left a bit.
Yep.
Okay, so with my experience, I've been to California, I've been to Michigan, I've been to Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and I've been to Connecticut, New Jersey. Are they states? Yeah. Massachusetts. Yeah, I've been to Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware. I've been all up through there.
Hell, you've seen practically the entire eastern seaboard. The only thing missing is Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire.
I've been to New Hampshire. I've been through
beautiful country up there.
And then crossed into Canada, but never been down to any of the southern states.
Where did you go in California?
Oh, just San Francisco.
Beautiful city. Oh, that's beautiful. Frisco is. I tell you what, I would. Pardon me.
It's hilly.
To say the least. To say the least, there's a lot of that all through California, all the way down to San Diego. I went to San Diego one year. And if you ever go there, go see the USS Midway Naval Museum. It's docked in San Diego Harbor.
Yeah, I did the tour when I was there. Yeah,
give yourself at least a day to see it because it's. I mean, when I saw that thing and I started walking it, I was like, that's a Midway class carrier. I mean, you can imagine these new ones like the Gerald R. Ford. These things are like double its size.
We upset the military while we were there because we were out doing a tour around the naval yards and had a nuclear sub come in.
Oh, really?
We upset the military because they kept buzzing as if helicopters.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We got a joker in the house.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I know why.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, there are 3 streets in Chicago that rhyme with the female erogenous zone, and they are Melvina, Paulina, and Lunt. And those 3, that joke was told to me by on 2 separate occasions by women. So.
Oh wow, strange women.
Well, I don't think they were. You would hear that on the Oprah Winfrey show.
No, that's right.
Has she left America yet?
I have no idea. You know, she started right here in Chicago back in the early 1980s. And talk show kind of took off, and then from there came national fame and then international fame, and films and all kinds of stuff. Girl I was dating years back, she was a big Oprah fan, and so I was in on what was going on with her. But since we broke up, I don't know anything about that. So no, I'm just an old timer that reads books, builds models, and watches YouTube. I can tell you what modelers are making models of, but I can't tell you what's going on in the economy of the United States of America. So
No.
None of it's good news anyway. Modeling news is better.
Yeah, it is. I mean, for the most part, yeah.
Like I watch some of the talk show, late show hosts they have over in the States.
The best one to me is Jimmy Kimmel. I like him because he's a stand-up comedian. That's where he got started, and he's got a great way of his monologues are really good. But other than that, it's pretty much the same old routine. To me, it'll always be Johnny Carson as the king of late night talk in America. Johnny Carson. No one's gonna have a 30-year career doing it like Johnny did. No,
that's probably right. Yeah. I watched that. What's his name? Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. Yeah. He's another guy who was a comedian. He's got some good jokes. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, and he does some good interviews too.
Does he? I don't stick around for the interviews.
Oh, I watched.
I suppose. Yeah.
Like, it's interesting to see where the current stars from back in the day that you haven't heard of in a decade and what they're doing now. He'll get Cher on there, for example, and talk to her,
Is she still alive?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And she still looks okay too, It's
like she passed. Wow. Oh no, it was her husband.
Right.
What was his name? Sonny Bone.
Oh yeah.
He died years ago. That's right. He's been gone a long time.
Yeah. Well,
how about Letterman? Letterman retired, and I don't know what happened to him. He became Santa Claus with that beard he's got.
Yeah,
he's living down not far from me. He's down in around Indianapolis. That's where he was born.
Right.
He's at the Indy 500, I think, every year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, they usually what these people do is they bring out books, their biographies.
Yeah.
And then they help promote their books. They go on the late shows and that.
Yeah.
But it's still interesting to hear, what they've been doing lately and what was really going on in their life, because, it's different. It's like one thing with YouTube and particularly people doing model building and stuff is that they're being themselves, right?
Yes.
Like we're not acting here. We are who we are,
right?
In most cases, right?
Yeah.
Whereas actors are just actors. What you see on the screen of that person acting, whether it's Anthony Hopkins or Tom Cruise or whatever, is not the person in real life. They could just be like you and me, They're just acting as somebody else, and I don't know. I don't see a great skill in that. I mean, I don't know. It's just people think, oh, Tom Cruise, and how good he is and he's a star or any of these famous people.
Yeah.
But in reality, the real person is nothing like that. Nothing like that. And it's not until later in life when you hear the stories of, when they were acting and when they were doing that, you find out that they had so many problems and issues and things that their wealth and money doesn't fix.
Yeah.
They're just like anybody else,
Yeah. Well, you can't buy health and you can't buy loyalty. You can't buy happiness. You can't buy peace of mind.
Yeah. They're a good inspiration for people, I guess.
Well, it's interesting. You mentioned that there was a very, very long time ago actor who's long since died. His name was Spencer Tracy. And he said once, I'm paraphrasing, he said, I always admired someone like a plumber or a carpenter or someone who did something, who made something. I'm an actor. I'm portraying someone else. I'm doing this. I'm playing a role, whereas people who do other things, it's an actual occupation and they do. And you hear that from him, and he was one of the most accomplished actors in his time.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Whereas on YouTube, doing what we do, all we're trying to do is show something that's going to keep someone's attention because they have a common interest. So for me, I build a model and I go through, and any mistakes I made, hopefully other people won't make.
Yeah.
Or I get feedback from people that in the comments can help other people that might be going to buy that model, or help people decide, oh, that looks cool, I'll build that,
I agree.
They follow along while they're building as well, and come across, oh, I found this mistake in the instructions.
Yes.
And things like this.
Yeah.
I made the mistake before you do. I'm not acting at all, I'm just being myself.
Right.
But then I have to go to my Discovering Thailand channel, and now all of a sudden my face in front of the camera, and I'm telling a story, and I'm relating my experience to people who are complete strangers.
Yeah.
And again, you have to capture their interest, and I don't think I have any particular personality, and yet others will tell me different, So you got to work on that, and it's a totally different thing. I mean, just having
what I like about Discovering Thailand, you're when you're out and about, is that, all right, I've never traveled internationally, and to see a country like Thailand, which is very colorful.
Yeah.
Very colorful. I like it. I like the fact you're doing that. So I'm glad you have that other channel.
That channel is all about just people. It's aimed at people who are thinking coming here for a holiday or to live, and what they can experience when they're here.
Now, you're welcome here, Atoll. All are welcome. It's all inclusive, not exclusive.
That's okay. Yeah, we hold nothing against you, even if you do jigsaw puzzles. I wouldn't mind. It's okay. We understand,
Some people just can't be as talented as us. Puzzles, but
what's that, James?
Some of the MiniArt kits are like jigsaw
puzzles.
Yeah. I don't expect everyone to be able to touch their toes. You just do the best you can, and if the Warhammer kits are you, then that's your niche.
I notice you build a lot of armor. Do you do other mediums, aircraft, figures, anything else?
Well, believe it or not, I'm an aircraft builder.
Really? Wow.
But I got into armor about 4 years ago, and I love it.
Yeah, armor it's really, I do both, and I insist on maintaining a balance between the two. Like, I'll build an airplane, build a tank, but I think at heart I'm really an armor model, because I'm telling you, working on this at this phase, weathering this thing and beating it up, I love this. This is my favorite part of it. And there's only so much of that you can do to an airplane, but I'm finding out that there are a lot of things you can, techniques and methods you can apply for this that work on an aircraft.
Yeah,
it's just how you do it. And
we go back to your first model, like what you started your interest in. That's what stuck.
Armor.
Yeah, like
no, my first model was an airplane. My first model was an airplane.
Spitfire.
Yeah,
okay.
I built a Hurricane, so that was my first kit. In fact,
which is ironic because we're just up the road from where they built the Hurricane.
Really? Okay.
The two factories where they built the Hurricane and the Sopwith Camel. So you've got some pretty big aviation history in Kingston.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and of course the Harrier.
One of my favorite military jets, the Harrier. Which
I worked on.
Oh, you XRAF?
No, British Aerospace.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you were at the manufacturing facility?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're an astronaut.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Oh,
well, Photoetch. You do Photoetch.
Yeah.
I know how to make things out of big pieces of brass.
I see. Okay. All right.
Life scale, life size.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second. I'll go get something.
Okay. Yeah. When I was a kid, I started with airplanes, and then eventually I started making tanks because of a professional model builder who worked for Monogram Models named Shepard Payne. And he,
Right.
in certain monogram model kits, they gave you these diorama pamphlets, how to build dioramas. And they're collector's items today because Shepard Payne was a master modeler. Maybe some of our audience knows him by name. Most probably won't. But anyway, that's who got me into armor modeling, because when I saw his dioramas, I was like, wow, I got to try something like that.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Right. To
Wow.
give you an idea, that was all made out of a flat sheet of brass, 20 gauge brass.
Neat. Neato. Love it.
So,
Oh, wow. So,
all the wide joints.
so you've done all the bending,
Roses.
everything. Like,
Yes.
You
Just-
formed all the parts and everything?
And the
Wow.
seams as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
This
great.
thing-
Now, that's not welded. It's all, is it riveted together?
It's riveted and silver soldered.
Okay, so now with I don't know much about brass or copper or anything. Are those weldable metals, or do they need another way of securing them?
Yes, you can weld them.
Oh, you can. Okay, because I only work with stainless steel.
With a modern TIG welder, you can weld any metal.
Really? Wow.
Whether
Because all I
it's
ever worked
much
with
strong.
was okay. Yeah, the
This
only
is-
thing I
this-
worked
this
with in
went-
my
this
years.
went for I went for the old school. We went old school. We went silver soldering.
Wow. Okay, I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. The only soldering I know is with your standard, stuff like you see in model making and model railroad.
Yeah.
For mini electronics.
Yeah.
So that's incredible.
That's good.
Because when I worked in
I think we costed it out. It cost about £1 million.
what? What?
The amount of hours I spent on this, it cost me £1 million to make that.
Oh my God.
Really? So you weren't very good at your job.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about what your company would build a client.
Well, the cost they would build a Harrier for per
Right.
hour was about.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we jokingly
I
said
get
this
it.
cost
Yeah.
£1 million. So because
Yeah.
the amount of hours I put in it did take that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That's $1 million freaking teapot, mister. You better take care of it.
That's amazing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great, man. That's a really nice piece of material, man. That's very, very cool. I always wanted to make something out of because I worked in metal fabrication for about 15 years, and we worked with flat steel. We didn't do any CNC, but we worked with stainless steel, aluminum, and cold roll. And we made parts for temperature control equipment that we manufactured. So it was a machine shop within a company, which is kind of rare nowadays in the States. Most of the stuff is made by metal fabricators under contract. Anyway, I never worked with soft metal like brass.
well, the thing is, that's a common mistake to make. That brass is soft metal.
It's not?
Because you've got three tempers. You've got soft, half hard, and hard brass.
Oh, okay.
This is why people have so many problems with Photoetch kits.
Well, what I'm guessing that Photoetch is the most common Photoetch is made out of soft brass, is it
Soft
not?
brass.
Yes.
But you can get hard brass, and that's when it snaps.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's also stainless steel Photoetch like Tamiya.
Oh, I hate
right?
that stuff.
The thing is that you can say that it's stainless steel, but it's actually nickel silver. Some of it's nickel silver.
Okay, but it's still a very hard material.
Soft as butter.
What? That's all
No
I heard
way.
about. That's all I heard about that is like. In fact, one guy told me, he said, "Well, if you see an Edward Photoetch set and it's silver, like it's got that's that nickel steel like you were talking about. You want to stay away from that because it's very difficult to work with.
Unless it's
you're
just
saying
flat
it's not?
pieces. It's flat pieces, it's fine. But if you've got to bend it, it's a nightmare.
Well,
It's
you
so
can anneal.
hard.
Now, does that stuff respond to annealing to heat?
No.
No,
No.
not to
You need a
bend.
high temp. Literally, you need a high temperature for a long time.
Yeah.
You melt all the small parts. I mean, that's that. Yeah. I mean, oh my God. Wow.
I struggled with that.
So
stuff.
have you ever worked with that stuff, James? I mean, how do you form something that's made of that kind of material?
Hit it with a sodding great hammer.
I would guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell? I understand that they provide the creases for the forming, but there's certain parts like that exhaust on that Panzer One, for instance. They give you a forming jig in the Tamiya kit.
That forms beautifully.
It does, because I was wondering about that. Will it form it completely?
I show it in one of my videos of the metal. It's like, boom. It's
soft. Yeah, because I just saw someone recently demonstrate that particular item.
Who was it?
Jonathan Mock on Interesting Modeling Company. Yeah. He's working on one right now.
Yeah.
So he showed how it he put it together, and he put the part in there, put the jig over it, and it formed. What I was always wondering, okay, it's supposed to be to a certain dimension. I always thought with that stuff, it's going to be like a little bit wider.
With any metal, you have what they call a spring back.
Yes.
And for someone like me who's a tinsmith, I know that every metal has got spring back in it. So obviously, you've got to bend it a few degrees extra more. So
yes.
I actually explained. He said, no, you got to form it slightly fast, put it on the jig, and form it to the shape. Job done. And it fits.
Yeah. We used to call that in when I was forming cold roll and stainless steel. We'd put it back in the brake press and we'd coin it. You bring it down. You bring the arm down, and you got your 45. You got your 90-degree angle, but it's not quite 90. So you want to do it just a little bit more. It's like a little gentle touch, and it'll coin it, as the phrase was called, and you'll get that perfect 90-degree. Because that's all I ever worked in. I didn't work in any unusual shapes or any kind of specialized jigs or any kind of odd degrees like 80-degree or 60-degree or anything. It was all 90-degree forming, so it was actually pretty simple to do. But when you had tough material like stainless, that had more bounce back than say cold roll or aluminum.
Well, stainless steel is an absolute bastard to work in.
Oh yeah. I know. I didn't like it a whole lot. The tools wore out on the punch press cutting it. And then when you went to form it, it was a lot more difficult to get a 90-degree angle. And God help you if you went too far. In other words, if you went like that, you were past 90, trying to get it back.
We had a few occasions where we used to have to make a repair stringer, which is a J shape. Well, on the Harrier, it was a J-shaped stringer. So it was a J, and then it go around like that. And that was an absolute bugger because obviously they wanted it that way. They obviously wanted the shape of the fuselage that way. So they're absolute swines.
Yeah, that's I just remember that. Stainless steel was, and so expensive too, man. A 48 by 36 sheet of stainless is like $100. So if you wasted that, that's like throwing a C note out the window. So you really had to be careful with your material. So,
compared to titanium, it's cheap.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah. Titanium. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. But we worked in all kinds of thicknesses of stainless, and same with aluminum. We worked in like 1/4-inch thick aluminum. Now we didn't form any of that, but we would stamp parts out of that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm going to finish it up here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
No, pleasure, Peter. Thanks very much. We gave you some content. You had some conversation. It's good.
Hey. Excellent. We'll do it again next week for sure. I'll make sure I set my alarm as well. Just get used to these new times. That's all fine. All right. Catch us all later.
Okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thanks everybody in chat. Yep. And I'll play my little catchy music, wherever it is. There it is, outro. There it is. All right. Have a good weekend.
Okay, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
See you.